Hello everyone, this is Andy. My good friend Bill over at the Vinylverse hit me up on Facebook and was asking to see some of my painted miniatures for Dungeons and Dragons. Bill, my friend, you don't know what you've asked. So I've drug out a few things. I've got so much more. I know I'm a hoarder. But I'm going to show you a few things, and I'll talk about some of them. And yeah, we'll start off showing this is a box of terrain. Terrain is basically what you use to put your miniatures on. I've got all different kinds of shapes and forms and everything. It's great for miniature wargaming, and I've took a few of the pieces and went ahead and set them up already. So here's a 3-tier mountainside with some dragons on it. You got Tiamat over here, the queen of all the evil dragons, along with different stages of red dragons here on the side, and a little baby black dragon. Yeah, and then there's another piece of terrain here where you can, position your miniatures however you need to for whatever battle preferences you prefer. Here, this is the miniature that actually started our conversation on Facebook. I just got this one in over the weekend, and I painted it up yesterday. This is an owlbear, for those of you that are unfamiliar. A monstrous abomination created by a wizard centuries ago, just to terrorize and be evil. So, yeah, owlbear. And these actually are Mage Knight figures that I have rebased and repainted and did a little work on, turned them into D&D miniatures. And then here's this piece here is actually from Citadel Miniatures for the Warhammer wargaming, miniature wargaming. I used to play Warhammer. At one time I had 7 armies, and if you know anything about building armies in Warhammer, you're going to spend a good $1,500 for a decent army. And yeah, I had a bunch. That's where I got pretty proficient in painting, because once you get started painting those things, it's an ordeal. This is a purple worm. This is handmade. This I made from scratch, and all it is really is a paper towel, a couple of paper towel or toilet paper tubes that have been cut and modified and bent and shaped and glued together and painted, and it gives it like a little metallic look. Its teeth are some toothpicks, and there's some hot glue for some little acidic saliva coming out of it that's been painted. And yeah, that's a good beastie for scale comparison. Imagine that thing coming up out of the ground at you. Let's see. And then over here, this is a little orc camp with some orcs I painted. The orcs are actually Lord of the Rings miniatures for that game, but I use them for D&D. If it'll focus. And there's a gold dragon sitting up there looking all lofty. Then these are actually pre-painted miniatures here, the Beholder and the Black Dragon. And then here, these are some ones that I did paint. This is a Frost Giant. And his little Winter Wolf. And then there's a White Dragon. These are plastic. This is metal. The dragon's metal. A lot of your larger pieces are metal. And then there's a couple more Frost Giants that I painted. And then there's a T-Rex. That was actually a toy that I picked up from the dollar store, and I basically repainted the whole thing, based it, and made it look vicious. Let's see, here in the middle, I've got a tavern scene. A popular tavern that I like to use in my games is called the Black Boar, or I'm sorry, is the Boar's Head, or the Hog's Head, depending on the campaign. And these are just some bar patrons. All of these figures are hand painted by me. Yeah, it takes a long time to do these, but when it's over and done, I guess it's worth it. So, really love playing Dungeons and Dragons. Now that I've gotten back into D&D, playing the 5th edition, I've got my son and my wife playing, and they seem to really be having a good time. So I've been breaking out these things and doing some stuff. This is a little tabletop that I just put together yesterday. Let me show you this. All this is really is some little pieces of wood that I've glued together, and then took some little snippets of wood, made beer mugs, glued to the table, a little crossbow, a little sword. I weathered a little piece of paper and curled it up and drew like a little map on it, and then like a little scroll here. I don't know, I got nothing but time on my hands, right? And then on the wall back there, there's some little notices hanging on the wall, little adventure bits of info. Bartender, and some miniatures. These fishing tackle boxes, more or less. These are full of individual painted figures. Let's see. And these are all hand painted. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, they're fun. I've played D&D ever since I was like 11, 12 years old, and I've collected things ever since. Anything tied to, related to the game. Let's see. I had it right first time. I know you were, Bill, you was probably looking for more of a in-depth, one-on-one kind of miniature thing, but I just got way too much to go through. But I may, if you're interested, break up some videos into like different types of miniatures, maybe. I don't know. But if you see something that interests you or grabs your fancy, let me know, and I'll show a little bit more of it, maybe. And then here's a batch of miniatures that are kind of just broken up. I've got them separated by what they are, more or less. So, like, here's a big bag full of, I think this one's just miscellaneous monsters. So there's no telling what all's in there. Let's see. This one is Orcs and Goblins. And trolls and other beasties that would hang around with orcs. See, this one is Drow and Creatures of the Underdark. So you got a rust monster in there. And, if you see one of these bags you'd like to see more of, let me know which one, and I'll bust it open, maybe do another video. This is Undead. Those are, it escapes me what they're called right now, but they're the golem type creatures from the Eberron campaign. I can't think of what they're called. This is vermin. It's just spiders and snakes and salamanders and such. Halflings and gnomes. Not a whole lot in there. This is militia and mercenary men. Let's see. This is goblins. Elves. Evil deities. The dwarves. Townsfolk and horses and such. And then what's left in here, this is a mismatch of items that were used in probably the last couple of games that I've just been lazy and haven't gotten around to putting back in the boxes where they go yet. Some different critters that the groups have encountered. So that's basically about a little less than half of my collection as far as miniatures go. I will, like I said, if there's anything that you saw that you want me to go more in detail with, I will. Just let me know, comment below, and maybe I'll do a video later. I am going to paint some more miniatures today, so I may show a little mock-up, like a little before and a little after, just so you get an idea of what I do. So hopefully this video interested some of you. I know there's some fellow D&Ders out there and miniature wargamers that watch my channel. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.